week in, week out, we would spend as much time as possible to bring you the relevant conversation needed to inspire young people to start their business, but also to give thriving businesses an opportunity to scale up. Today, I find myself at PlanIt Ghana, which is run by the co-founder, Gloria Buckman Yankson, and she's going to do two things for us. One, she will inspire many of you, and two, we will take an opportunity to also project her business as one of the thriving event management companies in the country. Gloria is my guest, and she's out to come and meet me here at this beautiful pergola, and I love it. Gloria.
Hi, Jesse.
Do we hug? Come on. How are you?
I am
It's been
good.
a while.
How are
You've
you?
got a lovely place.
Thank
I
you.
love the pergola feeling and
Thank
lights.
you. Thank
What
you
should I
so
expect
much.
inside?
A lot more.
Damn, let's go talk business. So we're settled now. We are right here in Lashibi, MF's estate, and I walked into this amazing place, pergola outside, beautiful pictures to my left, and an amazing setup, a true reflection of one of the experiences you would get if you ever engage the team here at PlanIt Ghana, which is led by co-founder Gloria Buckman Yankson. And she's my guest today on Get Started with First National Bank. My name is Jesse Ejapon. Let's start the conversation. Thank you very much for having us here.
It is a pleasure to host you.
Fantastic. Tell me about event planning. Is it event management or event planning?
Event planning and event management are very much the same thing.
Okay.
In that you're managing an event. So you're managing all of the different branches that come together or are glued together to make the event phenomenal or to be able to reach the client's vision and create an event that everyone remembers or is able to achieve a return on investment if it's a corporate event, and I guess unforgettable memories if it's a private or social event.
Great. So I hear clients and I hear objectives, but does it pay?
Event planning is a profitable business. However, I have been teaching event planning as well to, aspiring event or wedding planners who are looking to start their own business. And I see a fault or a mistake. And I can understand why when someone is starting an event planning business, they may be hesitant because you're not pricing properly.
Pricing.
Yes,
Okay.
so I see that pricing is a big challenge, and that's one of sort of the topics that I cover in my class. But it is a profitable business if you price correctly.
And how do I walk this journey? First, let's talk about what I need to be before I get into this business.
I had the privilege of working with other global brands and getting the experience, which I think sort of gave me a leverage or an advantage. I have always been for if you graduate from university, I think that it's a good idea to work with someone else and get the discipline of working within an environment that teaches you, sort of the 9 to 5, although event planning is not a 9 to 5 job, it's more like a lifestyle, right? But it gives you that discipline. It teaches you so many things about the business environment and what is expected of you. But the story behind PlanIt Ghana is that we had been talking about starting our own event planning business.
Okay.
In 2005, I was looking for a wedding planner here in Ghana. I was living in Scotland with my then fiance, Ernest, who's now the co-founder. Yes, of PlanIt Ghana. And I was looking out, I was reaching out to Ghana, back to Ghana to see if I could find a wedding planner to plan our wedding for us. And I couldn't find a single wedding planner here in Ghana. This is 2005. So eventually we did come back, we got married, and then, it was sort of like a light bulb that went off. We went back to Scotland, and then we were talking, we're like, why don't we start our own event and wedding planning business? And so we have been talking about that for 3 years. Literally started this business without any funds.
So zero base.
1 CD and a dream, literally, is what I always say. And Wi-Fi, of course, that's important.
Okay.
And we started, and at that point, Facebook was just becoming a thing.
So there's zero financing.
Zero financing.
Of course, Wi-Fi.
But a lot of ambition
and a plan.
and determination.
So you move from unplanned to plan.
Yes.
Okay.
Our very first event was an event for a lovely couple who gave us, trusted us and gave us the opportunity. And I always am so thankful to them.
Well.
It went well. It was all put together. It was seamless. I just knew that this was the right fit for me. And then we put photos on Facebook.
Yeah, between passion and making lots of money out of it. You sound like it was more passion than finance.
It was, to be completely
That's a difficult
honest.
Story to sell to that 19-year-old.
It's true. When we first started the business, and I always say that if you were truly passionate about something and you put all of your heart in it, the money will come. As opposed to if event planning is something you want to do because you're looking to make money, you probably won't last very long. It is a very tedious job.
That's why I want to do it.
Yes, but you see, all we see online is the glamorous part of it. Somebody's going to watch me here on an interview, sitting here in a jacket, and think that this is my regular.
I want to look like that.
I mean, on a day, on any regular day,
Yes.
I'm in a t-shirt. My hair is all tousled up. I'm like, I look like I just woke up from bed, because like I am. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
I am running around behind the scenes like a headless chicken to make sure that these events that you see look as amazing as you see it.
Okay. What do I look out for? Maybe how do I get my first gig? Or how do I prepare myself for that journey? Post-registration of business. I want to get into events planning. What do I do first?
Leverage on relationships. Okay, if you are, I am naturally an introvert, but you wouldn't know that. Okay, I have forced myself to come out and engage. Social media has made it so easy now for all of us. Find the people who inspire you, the people who you look up to. Go in and speak to them. Ask generally about the industry and how the industry is like. When we started PlanIt Ghana in 2009, there wasn't anybody teaching event planning. We didn't have that leverage. We didn't have that opportunity. Young professionals have that opportunity now to learn from established event planners.
To build the relationships.
Planners. And build that relationship where you're able to speak on the phone and you're able to ask them. I'm not saying abuse that, because also people, you need to be careful that you don't, take advantage of that opportunity and misuse that relationship. You're going to be working with a team of vendors as an event planner.
You're working
vendors?
With
What's
a
photographers,
vendor? Okay.
You're working with videographers, you're working with caterers, you're working with makeup artists, hair, all of these people who are all established entrepreneurs.
How do I make money off the back of these vendors?
You need to charge a service fee.
Okay.
You need to charge a service fee, which I see that people don't do. What I dislike about starting an event planning business and just focusing on commissions is that if you decide that, okay, I am going to make a 10% commission from each of these vendors that I bring on board. Our clients are very savvy now. They're very well informed. If they come in and say, okay, well, I already have my vendors. I have picked Stephen and Joseph Photography, or I have picked Team 1000 on Instagram, and I have had them already. I have picked One Shot Studios or whatever, and I've had them already. I have picked this makeup artist, I've picked this, and I've had them already. How are you going to make that money then?
So your job is just to coordinate.
Commissions.
What do I need social media for?
The advantage for us when we first started is that events, the people in the event industry were only doing decor or event design. There was really nobody focusing on event planning and pulling all of these vendors together to create that event that the client wants. When we first started posting photos on social media is when we actually got the recognition, because without knowing you, we can't hire you.
We have to know you.
We have to know you, we have to like you, and we have to trust you.
Fair.
That's the only way we're going to hire you and give you our money.
Fair. Steps that she's giving us: we have to know you, we have to like you, we have to trust you. You're still watching Get Started here with First National Bank. My name is Jesse Japon, and I am straight here at the offices of PlanIt Ghana. I'm talking to Gloria Buckman Yankson, and she's walking us through the journey so far. When we come back, I'll be having a conversation with her on some of the challenges that she's faced so far in the industry, and what her failures had been, so you can prepare yourself for that kind of failure. We'll be right back. Gloria, why do they jump in? People like me jump in and we jump out, then we jump in and we jump out. Why does it happen like that?
I think for a lot of young professionals, they probably jump into it without a plan. There is no plan. I see that, okay, event planning is the trending profession now, so I want to be an event planner. But they jump in not having any goal. Where do you want your business to be in 5 years? Where do you want your business to be in 10 years? Why do you want to be an event planner? When you ask, why do you want to be an event planner? Oh, I like this job.
The look and feel of it.
It looks fun. And they genuinely think it's, you in the middle of a party being the life of a party, which is the direct opposite of what the profession is really about.
Is the matrimonial or the wedding space of events planning, is it the most lucrative part? Because I hear you talk about that a lot. So is that where the cash cow is?
To be completely honest, I would say that both social events and corporate events are profitable.
Okay.
Again, it's about knowing the value you're bringing on board and being able to price correctly. And when I talk about being able to price correctly, understanding what your expenses are and being able to spread that over how much you are bringing in every year and what the goal is to be able to run a profitable business.
What does it mean to scale up your business? What do you need? What kind of funding or investment levels do we need to scale up? And now we're talking the big bucks.
Okay. For one, I think that you have to have inside of you barrels of ambition and grit. There are a lot of frustrations behind the scenes, like I mentioned before, trying to please all of the different party players in an event. But aside that, I think that, again, it goes back to having a plan for your business.
Do you see that in your landscape, there's a lot of need for an investment advisor, or there's a lot of need for a finance house to be able to guide you through the things that you're doing?
Absolutely.
And where do they fit, actually?
Absolutely. Especially when people approach me and say, I am looking to start an event planning business and I am going to the bank for a loan. For a loan for what? Okay, if you're going to the bank to take a loan and pay 20 to 30% interest, then you need to be able to justify to yourself that you're actually making profit exceeding 30%.
Yes.
You have to be able to invest in tangible things, perhaps an event space. Then I know that, okay, every month this event space is earning me at least this.
And therefore you can
I can pay for my loan and still be able to make some profit off of it.
Fair.
And if you're not sure of all of that, then perhaps it's a good idea to get a financial planner or advisor to be able to sit with. Because the thing with a lot of our as creatives is that we love all of, being able to put together, the transformations and that. We don't like to talk about money.
But there's always a bottom line. There's always a bottom line to it.
You have to justify the bottom line.
Okay.
Okay, so if a client sits in front of you and you start dreaming and talking about these big ideas, can the client's budget finance that?
I sit in front of a client and I agree on a budget of 100,000. So my advance payment to you, let's say, is 20%. So that's 20,000 Ghana cedis. You probably have 80,000 more to pick up. Your profit out of it is another 20,000. I'm assuming. So there's a bulk pack you need to find of 60,000 Ghana cedis. Where do you get that from? Do you always use your own money to fund the activities, or you borrow?
So one of the decisions I made very early for PlanIt Ghana is that we weren't going to pre-finance events.
Okay.
Events are celebrations. Once the celebration is over, for the individual or for the corporate entity, it then becomes a very difficult payment to make. They have had all of the fun.
The fun is gone.
So Okay, what's the climax now? What are we working towards now? So there is no urgency to pay you back. We worked, one of our first corporate events that we did, we weren't paid for 6 months. Now that could cripple your business if it's a small business like ours was at the time. If you put in 100,000 of your own money to pre-finance an event and then become a debt collector for 6 months. After 6, look at the dollar to CD now. After 6 months, we still can useless.
Waste, yes.
Do you get what I mean?
You're still watching Get Started, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm hoping that you are learning a lot. We'll be right back for us to wrap up. A lot has been learned today. I'm leaving the conversation very excited, believing that you've learned a lot as an individual who wants to get started. You know exactly what to do. You can contact her. Again, understand that when you follow her social media handles, you can get inspired. That's something that you have to do. Gloria, talk to me. What do we need to accelerate PlanIt Ghana? One thing we need.
One thing we need, a dedicated team.
Dedicated team.
Yes,
Good.
I would say.
Fantastic. And to the many watching us at home, speak to them. Tell us that it is possible, it is lucrative, inspires.
I would say that you do need to have a lot of determination. You do need to have, be filled with grit, really. Grit is my word. Because it is a very frustrating landscape, but if you are determined and you know your why and you have a vision or a goal that you aspire towards and work hard, you will be able to make it. We started PlanIt Ghana, it was literally a dream, and we've been able to build that dream and bring it to life and make it a reality. So if I have done it, I'm sure that other aspiring event or wedding planners can do it. So I hope that they will learn about the PlanIt story and be encouraged by what we have been able to build.